The Untold Origins of America. 1. The forgotten first colony. Most people believe America began with Jamestown or Plymouth. But long before those settlements, in 1526, a Spanish colony called San Miguel de Gualdape was established somewhere in present-day South Carolina or Georgia. This colony included the first recorded African slaves brought to what is now the United States. What is rarely mentioned in school is that these enslaved Africans organized one of the first rebellions on American soil. They resisted the colonists, refused to work, and challenged their captors. The colony collapsed soon after. This means America's origin story began not only with European explorers, but also with African resistance, strength, and survival, too. The real reason behind the Boston Tea Party textbooks usually teach that the Boston Tea Party happened because colonists were angry about taxation without representation. While this is true, it's only part of the story. Another major reason was fear of corporate power. The British East India Company was given a tax advantage, allowing it to sell tea cheaper than local merchants. Colonists believed this giant corporation would become a monopoly and destroy small businesses. So the Boston Tea Party was not just a political protest, it was also an early stand against corporate control and unfair economic power. 3. The silenced role of Native alliances in school. Native Americans are often portrayed as isolated tribes who only fought against settlers. But the truth is far more complex. Many Native nations built alliances with European powers and shaped entire wars, borders, and trade routes. One powerful example is the Haudenosaunee Confederacy Iroquois, a sophisticated political system that influenced early American democratic ideas. Some historians believe it inspired parts of the U.S. Constitution, especially concepts like unity, balance of power, and shared decision-making. Yet this Native contribution to American democracy is rarely acknowledged in classrooms. 4. The missing story of Black patriots during the American Revolution. Thousands of Black soldiers, both free and enslaved, fought on both the American and British sides. One key figure was Crispus Attucks, a man of African and indigenous ancestry, who became the first person killed in the Boston Massacre, often considered the first death of the independence struggle. Many Black patriots fought with courage, hoping for freedom in return. But after the war, many of them were denied the very liberty they fought for. Their sacrifices remain one of the most overlooked chapters of the nation's founding. 5. The secret financial crisis. After independence. Winning independence, the United States faced a massive financial crisis. The new government was drowning in debt over $70 million. Soldiers had not been paid, states were bankrupt, and the young nation was close to falling apart. To prevent collapse, Alexander Hamilton designed a bold financial plan. The federal government would take over state debts, and national bank would stabilize the economy. Taxes and tariffs would rebuild financial strength. This plan saved the country, but it created huge conflict. Many states, especially in the South, feared the federal government was becoming too powerful. The struggle over debt and federal authority nearly tore the country apart. At this crisis is barely mentioned in school lessons. 6. The hidden role of women in the Revolution. American history often highlights male leaders like George Washington, but women played essential roles that are rarely taught. Women managed farms and businesses, gathered intelligence, and even acted as spies. Some, like Deborah Sampson, disguised themselves as men to fight in battle. Others, like Mercy Otis Warren, shaped political thinking with their writings. These women were instrumental to the revolution's success, but their stories have been pushed aside for generations. Conclusion. These untold stories reveal that America's origins were far more complex and diverse than most people learn in school. From forgotten colonies and Native political influence to African resistance, hidden financial struggles, and the bravery of women and Black patriots, these stories shape a fuller, more honest picture of America's past. If you enjoyed this deeper look into history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us which hidden story you want to explore next.